Hey everybody, it's me, the voice behind Particularly Peeler. Most days I'm just talking. So tonight I'm going to show everybody how to make these melt and pour honeycomb soap bars. And I have been making them a lot because I'm really wanting to try to give them for Christmas gifts this year. Just because they're cutesy and they're soap, so they're useful items. I'm not really about stuff that's not useful as a gift. So you're gonna need a block of melt and pour soap, and this is honey scent or flavor or whatever. It's honey melt and pour soap. Then you will need some 99% isopropyl alcohol to spray in your mold and on top of your mold when you're finished pouring your soap. So we'll put that over there. Then you will need some sort of fragrance oil. And I'll try to get this close enough you can see. But this one is pure honey scent. And of course kind of goes with the little bees. And then you will have this mold, which is little honeycombs. Ta-da! And it makes 6 soaps at one time, which is exactly what this bar will cut down and create, is 6. And then you'll need a microwave safe container of some sort and a cutter of some sort. I got this in the food section at Walmart for like $4, but they have actual soap cutters, or you can even just use your knife if you want to. And you can add color, but you don't have to. And these are both, they're called micas, and they don't stain your skin or anything. This one, as you can see, is gold. And this one is called cappuccino. Sorry about that. that color is called cappuccino. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your bar of melt and pour soap. And you're going to, I don't know if y'all can see my cabinet or not. Yes, you can. Okay. You're going to take your cutter and you're going to cut this into even little squares. So I'm just going to show you one for now. So you take it and you cut it, and then you're going to cut it down even smaller. And in the end, you want them to all be about the same size so that you can melt them easily. So hang on and I'll show you what size you're going to be going for. Whoops, dropped one. So in the end, you're going to want them to be about an inch by inch little cube for all your pieces. And this just makes them melt down a lot quicker. Okay, and then once you get them all cut, they will look like this inside your wonderful microwave safe container. And you're going to go over to your microwave and you're going to pop them in there for 30 seconds. And then you're going to give them a stir, which at 30 seconds they're usually not very melted yet. So you'll stir them, and then in another 30 seconds you'll stir them again, and you'll see that they're starting to melt. And I think it took me 3 bursts, so it's a minute and a half total to get it all the way melted. But then I will show you what happens as soon as we come back. Okay guys, and I am back. This is all officially melted down, and it actually took an extra 15-second burst to get it fully melted. So it takes a minute and 45 seconds. But as you can see, that's very melty, nice and fluid. Okay, and then at this point, you want to add your oils and your colorant. Now this time, I have decided that I'm not going to color it, which you can see I have been coloring the last couple bars. So I want to see what we turn out with without any colorant. So I will just take my essential oil, and if you end up with a big bottle of essential oil, which I bought a big bottle and I bought a little bottle so that I would have enough to do extra recipes, but as you can see clearly there's a very big size difference there. Okay, well this recipe calls for 15 ounces, which I measured it out the first time I made it with these little bulb suckers, and they measure out 3 milliliters. So, and I measured it out, and this is exactly 15 mLs, which is what this recipe specifically calls for. So anytime you're using your oils, be sure you read up and you use the correct amount. But for this one, I already know, so I'm just going to take this bottle and pour the whole thing, all the contents, right in. And, oh, it smells really good because it's honey. And you can totally leave this block of soap completely unscented or uncolored, which I'm not going to color this time. And I know I said that I've already colored 3 different batches, so I'm just kind of going with the natural look this time, just to see how I like it. But I will tell you, if you are planning to use colorant, you barely need like a whole teaspoon maybe of color. This is a 1/4 teaspoon, and I use probably 3 of these of this colorant to get this dark soap. And then the lighter one is the 2 mixed together, and then this one is just gold. So I mean, as you can see, this is a very solid colored bar. I was playing around with whether I liked it translucent or not, and I didn't. So I'm gonna try this time and see how I like it just natural with no color. But you will stir, and get all those oils in there. And then you're gonna take your mold, which, since this is a silicone mold, it's very flimsy. So I put mine onto something. This is my son's dry erase marker board. I have used the cookie sheet. So you just take this, see, very much flimsy. You lay it down here, and then the only prep work you have to do for this is to get your 99% isopropyl alcohol, and you're gonna spray it in each little cavity. And I'm pretty sure that spraying it just creates an even fill. I haven't had any problems. This is the first time I've actually sprayed it before pouring. So I'm going to go ahead and pour now. And you're going to want to pour kind of slow, and you want to fill it almost to the top on all of them. And then once you get all the cavities filled, you'll go back in and top off. And a lot of times you'll have extra, which is not a big deal. Just kind of have something on hand that you can dump that little bit of soap into it. If you don't want to waste it, it doesn't matter if you keep it or not. That's totally up to you on what you do with it. But I just so happen to have a little dinosaur mold over here that once I top this off, I just dump the extra into. I may be able to just top all these off really good today. So we've almost got them all poured, and I'm almost out of soap, so I bet I'll be able to just pour it into here today. Yes. Okay, and then once you're completely done, you're gonna, of course, set your bowl to the side. You gotta wash it in a minute. But you will take your alcohol once again, and you will spray the tops, and that eliminates all the air bubbles, which I wish I could show you because they're all just popping right here on the top as I hit it with this spray, which is super cool. That's how fast and easy it is. And then I will leave these in this mold for 4 to 6 hours, and then I will pop them out and I will wrap them in cling wrap, and that just keeps them from getting kind of a sticky film on them, because once they get exposed to the air and they're finished, sometimes they have a chance to hold a little bit of moisture on top, which doesn't affect the bar of soap itself, but it's just a visual thing. People are like, oh, what's wrong with that soap? Not going to use that. So if you're working with melt and pour any at all, you will need some way to package it to keep it from drawing moisture once it's been set. But I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys learned something. Feel free to give me some comments. Let me know what you think about it. And I hope that you guys decide to make your own cute little honeycomb soaps. So, and once these are finished and I unmold them, I will post a picture of the final product in the comments below. So, thanks for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. You need to set this somewhere where it will not be bothered until it's set up, which luckily it's bedtime here, so the bar is a good place. Good night, guys.